So I decided to pull a wholesome prank on one of my classmates. It started at midnight when suddenly the urge to make a poem struck me. It's more fun to make a poem about someone rather than about something. So I decided to think through all the people I know about who I'd want to make a poem about. And that's when I thought of Maggie G. Maggie has this brilliant red hair that combines with blue eyes, and they seem to contrast quite interestingly. It's just, when you see the contrast, it makes you think someone has to write a poem about it. So over the next 2 hours between midnight and 2 a.m. of that night, I went on to write a poem that revealed my, as I put it, intense platonic fondness for Maggie. After creating this poem, I was struck by another good idea. I should put it on the board before class. Right now we're in the classroom where it all took place. Right there on that board is where the poem sat. Here's the poem itself in all its glory. Her love could warm the August air. I've watched her eyes, so bright, so blue. Her auburn hair, her arctic stare, if only she could see me too. You fight for those, Knox rejects, your gaze could freeze a flame. That blaze red hair could conquer me, and you would bear no blame. The first thing that everyone's been saying after hearing this poem is that August air is already warm, so how could her love warm the air? And I think this is a very terrible criticism from very foolish people, because the reason that it's so tremendous, her love is so, tremendously warm, is because the August air is already hot. So it has to be very warm in order to warm the August air. If it was December, anything that's above freezing is going to be warming the air. So actually, it makes more sense for it to be the summer evening that the air is getting warmed up. There's also a very specific choice here at the end. On this last line, originally I had I would bear no blame. But I didn't want to have the arc of the story be about me, because the poem is actually about Maggie. It's about her, it's about how sweet she is, and the contrast of her appearance. And so I actually wanted it to end on her so that you could really kind of imagine anyone in this situation getting conquered. You're probably wondering, how'd the prank go? How'd she react? Class was amazing. She comes in, she's one of the last people to enter class. Her friends immediately point to her about the poem that seems to be about her on the whiteboard. Right, and then she immediately goes, she reads it and she goes, that can't be about me. There's plenty of Maggie G's around here. And then she speculates that it's one of her friends, Zach, and then her household sisters. And honestly, we spent about 15 minutes of class kind of talking about the poem and going over, making theories and such. And the professor, he did know I wrote it on the poem because he was in class when I did. He, thankfully kept it secret.